Good morning, everyone. We're looking about 3:15 in the a.m. and this is how I usually get my day started. So what we're going to do today is make a protein shake. First thing I go with are eggs. I'll probably go through, I'm up to like 3 dozen eggs a day, and I'll show you how we do this. It's a very inexpensive way, or a lot cheaper at least, less inexpensive to make one of these shakes, and for sure a lot healthier than going and buying these weight gainer or protein shakes they have out today. They're just garbage. So I would do your due diligence and look what you have in the package, what they're putting in these things today, because they're really bad. So what I'm going to start off with today is, so like I said, I blew through a lot of eggs. So right now I'm going to go through, I'll do 12, let me see, I'll do 12 egg whites and then 2 more full eggs. So it's a total of 14 eggs. Like that. Sometimes if it comes out an odd number, I'll put 15 in. But I did a little experiment on this whole thing, buying eggs. So what I'll do is I'll get eggs, almond butter, oatmeal. Now the oatmeal can either be, I'm going to use the packets today because the flavored packets are definitely the way to go. They taste really good. Not that you're going to eat for flavor necessarily. What we do, we just eat because it's what we have to eat. So those little packets work out really well, and it's got a bunch of different flavors, and you put a packet in and you're good to go. So, and you can justify, so I have my eggs obviously, then I'll put in my almond butter, and for example, like I just ran out yesterday and didn't have time to go to the store, so if you don't have almond butter, then I'm just going to use peanut butter today. So I have 14, 15 raw eggs, or 12 egg whites, and then the rest are going to be whole eggs. You get good stuff in the yolks. And then I have my oatmeal. And then today I'm going to use strawberries, but a lot of times what I'll do is I use blueberries or bananas, okay? But somehow or another, I ended up not having time to go to the store yesterday. And that's basically where this whole thing kicks in, because I don't have the time to do a lot of things I'd like, and going to the store is one of them. So an average egg is usually about 19 cents an egg. So this is very inexpensive way to make a protein shake that you know what's in it and you know that's good for you. And you can justify it, like with the, say for example, with the oatmeal. You can obviously add more oatmeal if you need to, or peanut butter if you're trying to gain weight. So I had my first pro boxing match a couple weeks ago and fought at 185. So I think, and some of these guys are like really tall, 185. There were some like 6'3" guys fighting at that weight, at that height, or that weight at that height. So forgive me, I got home and way late last night, and I'm working on like 3 hours of sleep. So I'm going to drop some weight and try to get down to like 175 and box at that weight and see how that goes. So I've been able through these shakes it's been really easy dropping the weight just by adjusting my shakes. I don't quite eat as much. I dropped the calories a little bit, and it's come off. Doing the shake's been really easy. So, and I still feel the same. I have the same amount of energy, and it works really well. So I'll buy drink, and not in addition to, it's in addition to, I don't like skip a meal and have a shake instead. But these things work real well. And other than going to the store, I mean, my fridge looks like a grocery store with the amount of eggs that I go through it. And it's actually not bad. So we got like, let me see here. We got like 3 more eggs to go, and then we'll go. But if you want to too, I mean, you, like I said, you can adjust it to where if you're putting weight on, you can add more what you need to do. And normally I don't use strawberries, which I am today, but like I said, I ran out and I was just fortunate enough to have strawberries. I would have been in a bad way. So okay, you guys, so if you can't see, that's 15 eggs. That's in there. And I got, actually today I'm using 2.5 egg yolks, so 2.5 full eggs. So then what I'm going to do here is I already chopped them up, but I have strawberries. Okay, before I even do that, I kind of got a system here, because if you don't get the peanut or your almond butter in early enough, sometimes it gets a little funky in the blender. I think by now pretty much everybody has one of these NutriBullet things, so it makes life much easier. So I'm going to go 15 egg whites, a big teaspoon of peanut butter or almond butter, and then let me get you some what we have from there. They have these oatmeal packets, and you can get them in whatever flavor you want, so it depends what you're kind of into. You can run that. So, and strawberries, it's usually a handful, but I had a little bit more than a handful, a little less than 2, so I usually don't put this much. But again, but the majority of the time I'm putting a banana in here, or a superfood. I'll put blueberries, one or the other. So those are my 4 things. So I have egg whites, I have almond butter, I have bananas or blueberries, and then I'll put in my oatmeal. So those are only my 4 things, and it's all good stuff. I know there's no additives. I don't need to put anything in there, and I know exactly what's in there. If you really look, I have another video coming out. So I bought these same groceries from like equivalent to like a 99-cent store, and I bought them from like a high-end grocery store. And I believe for the same amount of food, for the exact same thing, I spent say like $7 or $9 at the 99-cent store. And again, I have this on video. And I spent a little bit more than double that at the grocery store for the same thing. And I lined it all up, same amounts, and so it's kind of crazy that way how much more you can spend. Because I train some younger guys that are still going to school and don't have the most paper, so that's what they can afford. And they'll come in with these big tubs of, I don't even have one, a big tub of protein or weight gainer, and it's just junk on the back. You know, the ingredients, sugar, and just, again, that video's coming out, it's so bad. And they think, one guy seemed to think because it costs a lot of money that it must be good for you. And so we did the due diligence, we did the research, and I showed him the ingredients on the back and how bad it was. It was just terrible for him. So, and then I got another guy, well, it's real cheap, so that must work. So no, so this is still less than it would be for either one of those shakes, and it's a heck of a lot better for you. So we're breaking it down and show you what's up. So in here, 15 eggs, today strawberries, peanut butter, and oatmeal. So put this thing in the NutriBullet. And if you didn't know there was eggs, some people get a little bit worried about it that you're drinking that many eggs. I've never had one thing funky with me, but I would just suggest start with 1 egg, 2 egg, 3 egg, and go like that, because you'll get gassy if you just blow into this and try it out. So give it a shot, see what you think. If you didn't know, now you know.